But I looked around, I saw that there was no ballet. So I wanted to do something totally different from what I would get. And I'm excited that, we have grown to be one of the few schools that do ballet to a professional level here in Nigeria. And that's because I do not want to be predictable. I do not want to do things like how people are doing it. That's why I chose ballet.
Daniel, it's lovely to meet you on Zoom, and it's so great to be able to talk to you about your dance company. I've been following you on Instagram, and I see the amazing work that you're doing.
Thank you.
Tell me, how did you start this company?
Well, I started this company in the year 2017 on the 9th of September. And that's how the dream started. And it was open to actually cater for children of very low income families, so that people who do not have the opportunity can have an access to dance education. And that's where the Leap of Dance Academy was born. Yes.
So you are in Nigeria?
Yes, I am in Nigeria.
So where in Nigeria are you based?
Lagos, Nigeria.
In Lagos, okay. And are you yourself, are you a dancer?
Yes, I was like literally, I don't really say if I could call myself a full dancer because I was actually self-trained. But I'm just a dance enthusiast who loves ballet and wants to be different. So being able to do one or two pliés and tondus and all of that, then it grew into the hunger for wanting to open something that people can actually, get into. But of course, I could call myself a dancer because once in a while I do dance with my students. Of course, I demonstrate movements, so I'm a dancer.
Oh, yeah. But now, ballet, for you, what was the attraction to ballet?
What attracted me to ballet was the movie called Save the Last Dance.
Okay.
And importantly, I love to be different. I do not want to be predictable. And seeing the movie, Sarah, the character of that movie which is Julia Stiles, was very different. She wanted to do ballet, which was not normal, which is not like what everybody's doing. Because in Nigeria, we're doing hip hop, African traditional dances, and all of that. But I looked around, I saw that there was no ballet. So I wanted to do something totally different from what I would get. And I'm excited that, we have grown to be one of the few schools that do ballet to a professional level here in Nigeria. And that's because I do not want to be predictable. I do not want to do things like how people are doing it. That's why I chose ballet.
Amazing. But you said you are also self-taught. So where did you learn these ballet steps and the movements?
I thank you very much. I learned ballet on YouTube, watching YouTube videos and Google PDF files. So when I see a Google PDF file saying plie, I'm going to go to Google. I'm going to go to YouTube and say, what is a plie? And Google or YouTube will show me how a plie is being done. That's how I was able to learn that a plie is different from this and that and all of that. Yes.
Well, if I look at the videos of your dancers that you post, I mean, they look really like they have professional sort of training. So do you teach them?
Yeah, most of the time I teach them, but we've had a very beautiful array of professional dance teachers who have actually come in person and also have been able to help us online every week. So in a week, we have about 3 dance teachers, one from Canada, America, and 2 from America, who actually, help us to gain access to dance education. So that's how it has been able to help us to harness everything in the right order.
But now in your community, I mean, like you say, people do different dances and you have very much African traditional dance. How open are these children to do ballet? Are they interested in that?
Well, orientation is key, and we are still in the process of orienting people. Just yesterday, a parent called me and said they don't want their child to dance ballet anymore. That if he dances ballet, he's going to become like a girl.
Really?
Just yesterday. So I went to the house and tried all I could do to convince them that your child is who they are and would not change to be anything else. But so it shows that we have a lot of work to do. There are traditional dances, but we have coined up our own system in doing two things that makes our program very special. One, we have what is called an Afro ballet, introducing African-inspired music with ballet original steps.
Wow.
And that's why we actually wear our African-inspired headgears, the beaded necklaces, and some African-inspired fabrics to give this welcoming feeling of ballet. And of course, there is also something we do that makes our program special. We assist our students in after-school activities where we help them with their mathematics, English language, and other subjects, so that it's not just good. Parents are not going to think that, oh, they're just dancing all day long, they're not reading their books. So we're still helping them with their books. So this made our program a well-rounded curriculum that parents now know that, oh, my child is not going to be a loafer. They're still very interested in dance and also in their academics. And that's what makes us have an upper edge over other things. Yes.
That's amazing that you do that. And of course, then the children are also more motivated, because I believe that all these art forms actually has an impact or have an impact on education, on other subjects as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm. So you say it's low income families that you are helping. So these children, so these children, they don't have any money to pay for the lessons.
No, because ballet is expensive, and when I always say this, that when you say a child should pay a ballet fee XYZ amount, the child is still going to have to pay for tuition, costumes, performance fees, intensives, other activities that makes a ballet done. Parents can't even do that. So and they are talented. So would you say that you're going to allow them go into, not doing this because they can't afford it? That's why we came in. Although we have actually been run by the generosity of individuals. And of course, I do private lessons where I can be able to plow back profits. That's how I've been able to sustain the academy. But it's how it is. We do not really have parents who can actually pay for this. Literally, that question is in two ways, because sometimes you feel like, do you mean that a parent who's actually well off that can actually pay for these services should not come to the academy? No. We are open to everyone, but of course, if you can support us in one way or the other, it makes the work very easy. So it's not just for the low-income families, but of course it's targeted for low-income families to help them off the streets and give them a better life through dance education. But of course, any parent who's actually well off can be part of us, because it's the same training. And the beauty of ballet is that once a child or these dancers are wearing their leotards, nobody is saying that, oh, this is richer than the other person.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of ballet. We're all uniformed, because because you're richer than me doesn't mean your costume is going to have a stud on it and mine doesn't have a stud on it. Everybody in ballet is looking like one. You're from the upper class, lower class, or whatever class you are, you still have a place in ballet. And that's the beauty of it. Yeah.
That's amazing. And it's true what you're saying, and you also hear it from ballet companies, for example, where different cultures come together and they dance, and that moment that they start dancing, or when they're together as a group, then all these other things don't count anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So can you see the difference that you're making to some of your students' lives, where you see how they develop from coming to you for the first time, and then during the training, how they developed and get enriched by the dancing?
I am very, very super pumped and excited and grateful and happy and excited, and I do not actually know the words to actually use, because seeing our students move from point one to point two is a very huge step, because ballet is difficult already. And having to see a child who would say, I want to learn, moves from plie to tendus and dégagés and all of the movements, it gives me joy that if they can want to do this from 1, 2, 3, they can actually do more. And I've seen how they've been able to grow, how much interested they are now in the ballet than how we used to be before. It was just like, oh, let's just go to somewhere we can just play and just do some funny movements and all of that. But now they're taking it very seriously. They're watching videos and getting inspired from online dancers and teachers. That has actually helped them to think that, oh, if I set my mind to doing this well, I can be like these dancers. So it's a very, very beautiful experience. I do not really know how to express it in words, but I can see growth and a very huge metamorphosis from a point of 0 to I could give it a 5 in over 10. Yeah, it's an average because they are doing very well as opposed to how they started.
So now, so they do the lessons, but do you do shows as well and concerts so that they can sort of apply what they've learned?
Yes, we do local shows. We also do our street performances because sometimes we do not really have opportunities for shows. So what we do is that we could just rehearse the choreography and go to the street and play music. Then the local communities will come together and watch and have a feel and be like, oh wow, so this is happening in Nigeria. That kind of excitement. Yeah, people are passing, we just have to pack and wait for the 5 minutes or thereabout minutes we're going to perform. Then we all finish up and we go in, and they give us a round of applause. That's something very special. Yes.
That's so wonderful. Yeah, no, but I can see also from the videos how the children enjoy it and how hard they work, So it's good that the community then also enjoy the performances that you do.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And so for them, is there a dance company in Nigeria? Is there somewhere where they can go to after, when they finished with your training?
Well, in Nigeria, there is currently no dance company where everybody's aiming to, say in America, we have the ABT, we have the SFB, with San Francisco Ballet, and Pacific Northwest and the rest of the big ballet companies that we know. But we don't have them here in Nigeria. So currently Leap of Dance Academy is one of the few schools that teaches ballet up to point level currently in Nigeria. And we're no more than 2. So that means that the market is relatively not here. But then I believe in growing the homegrown dancers so that we can actually start up something here. So for me, my dream is to see that we take the students abroad to actually get more professional trainings, then bring them back here to Nigeria to develop the art form here. Because we do not really have, we do have lots of ballet dancers in diaspora, but we do not have homegrown ballet dancers. So, and because the market is not really here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But Daniel, you've achieved this by doing this academy that you have, and so you will probably achieve the goal to start a ballet company in Nigeria.
Oh, amen. Amen, I believe.
Yeah, I think you're going to do it. Yeah. So, so you teach mostly, and you say you get visitors and dance teachers from outside of Nigeria. Yes. So can people contact you if they want to teach online?
Yeah, very possible. We're very open. I'm self-trained, and there's a level at which I can do what I know how to do. So it's very important that we all receive the kind of support that we need in terms of having guest teachers teaching our students, via online, remotely, or in person, it gives this very surreal effect that people, and it's beautiful because when the local students here see that my plie combination is the same thing as a plie combination from a foreign teacher, it makes them know that, oh, there's a set of standard that it's not, oh, my teacher is just teaching me one thing and the other teacher is teaching the other thing. So it gives them this sense of, oh, this is the right thing everywhere in the world. So it's very important. So we're going to be very, very grateful to have teachers all around the world who can actually reach out and say, oh, Daniel, can I give you free lessons? We'll be very, very grateful because this is going to help us to grow better.
Of course, of course. So how many students do you have at the moment?
Currently, we have about 30 students.
Okay.
Yeah.
And from different age groups?
Yes, we have ages. We have ages from 6 up to 22. And now the reason why we're actually having students from 6 years old is because of safeguarding. Because we want to have students who can actually show and tell. The world is in a very, very, very wonderful state now. I'm just going to be very sarcastic, in a state where we have to be very careful. So a child who is 6 years old and can be able to tell what they have been doing and what they can do or what they see, that's why we are taking students from 6 years old because of safeguarding issues.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, I see. Okay, I understand. And now the leotards and the ballet shoes, if you say, I mean, that's also an expense. Where do you get these from?
So the leotards is actually gifted by friends on Instagram and Facebook. Some people just reach out to us individually, or corporate bodies just reach out to us like, oh, we would like to support you with dance shoes and all of that. That's how we get our costumes from. And that has been a way for the body to be lessened from it, because running a non-profit school, when it comes to the financial involvement, getting the right resources, it's borne on the director of the school. So this has helped me to be able to lessen the burden, because ballet items are very expensive and we do not have them here in Nigeria. So whatever you see that we wear has to be imported.
Okay. Yeah. So people send it by post, or how do they send it to you?
By post.
Okay. Yeah. So if people are interested in sending you something, they can just contact you and send it by post.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. Oh, that's wonderful. And what specifically do you need?
Currently, I think what we need is to continue training. We are in the process of actually, getting our dance floors, because our floors are not safe for dancing. So we want to raise some money to get a good dance floor where our students can train safe and better as regards to because the concrete floor is not really safe for us, and it's very important that we get a bit of more better training facility or equipment. Then also our boys are on the losing side, because most times we get costumes are girls items more. So I think that we really need lots of boys items so that our boys can feel loved and feel special, because I have a word I call intentional training for boys, because in Nigeria we believe that boys are not supposed to be doing ballet, and that's why I told the parents withdrew their child yesterday from doing ballet. And so we have to ensure that the boys are well nurtured. Yeah.
Maybe some male teachers to train the boys would also be wonderful.
Yes, very, very true. Very, very true.
Okay, so we'll put it out there, and we are going to hope that the right people hear this and that they support your school, because it's your academy. It's wonderful what you're doing. So, Daniel, tell me what are the wishes for you? We talked about the dance company that you want to achieve and all. But what is the great wish for you?
My great wish is to continue to train and continue to expand the word, like get more orientation going out, of course, and see that we have our own space, our own dance school where, my dream is to actually have a boarding facility where the students might not need to go home. They have to like stay back in school and do their homework and do their schooling and all of that. That's like my dream. Yeah.
And and so you're saying that you don't have a facility at the moment. Where is the ballet studio at the moment?
Well, what we have is my mom's courtyard where we have like a garage or a car area. So we just actually carve the path that we can actually use for classes. Yes,
I see. Okay. Well, Daniel, I hope your wish comes true. I believe it will, because you look like you are very determined to do this. And congratulations for the wonderful work you're doing in your community. It's always so great to hear about these projects and how you uplift the lives of children. It's something that's good for the community, and it's also good for the children.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Very grateful.
It's Daniel, and I'll be still watching what you're doing on Instagram, and hopefully you'll get a lot of followers and a lot of teachers who are interested in teaching your students online.
Thank you very much. We'll look forward to it. Thank you.
Great pleasure.